Who was the best King of the Ring? Let's watch.
The King of the Ring tournament is back on our screens.
Yes.
Starting out in the 80s as part of house shows to boost attendance, it evolved into a massive pay-per-view in 1993, becoming one of the big 5 pay-per-views alongside the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam and Survivor Series. But in 2003, it was sidelined by a new pay-per-view, Bad Blood, and disappeared from the WWE's annual pay-per-view schedule. Over the years, it's made several comebacks, launching some superstars to the top, while leaving others in the dust with a crappy gimmick. Now, with a stacked roster, the timing for its return couldn't be better. Whoever wins this...
I like King Booker so much that he actually irritated me during that time, during that era. Him and his wife. Yeah. At the time, I did not really like King Booker because, you know, it was annoying, but I loved it at the same time. I don't know.
This time around is destined to become a big player in the WWE. I'd love to hear who you think will take the crown. So drop your pick in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe while you're here.
It was a funny time.
With that being said, let's take a trip down memory lane as we explore the greatest winners of the King of the Ring tournament. And make sure you stick around until the end because we're going to discuss how WWE made the biggest mistake possible for the upcoming King of the Ring tournament. You can't talk about the King of the Ring and not mention Stone Cold Steve Austin. After struggling with the ringmaster gimmick, he quickly realized the character wasn't cutting it and wanted something more edgy. Inspired by Bruce Willis's character in Pulp Fiction, he adopted a new look in early 1996, shaving his head and growing a goatee. This massive change set the stage for his transformation into Stone Cold Steve Austin. The final touch came from his English wife at the time, telling him to drink his tea before it became Stone Cold, giving birth to one of the most iconic names in wrestling history. His defining moment came at the 1996 King of the Ring, facing off against Jake the Snake Roberts, who was portraying a born-again Christian. Austin seized the moment following his victory. He delivered one of the most iconic promos in wrestling, mocking Roberts' religious persona.
Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
A clever twist on the Bible verse John 3:16. He topped off his speech with,
"And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so."
Phrases that shaped his persona in the years that followed. It was a career-making moment that could have gone to Hunter Hearst Helmsley, but he cost himself that opportunity following the curtain call incident. Austin got his shot and took full advantage. The Austin 3:16 catchphrase exploded in popularity, driving merchandise sales to unbelievable heights and solidifying Austin's status as one of the GOATs. Looking back, Austin described the experience as hitting 2 Grand Slams in one swing, recognizing the King of the Ring as the launch pad to the top. His journey from a crappy gimmick to one of the biggest stars in the industry sums up the ability to change a career after winning the King of the Ring, making it one of the most best wins in the tournament's history. Up next, we're taking a trip back to 2006. Booker T's career took a royal turn when he won the King of the Ring tournament after beating Bobby Lashley at Judgment Day in the final. Booker T adopted the King Booker persona, complete with a fake English accent, royal attire, and a gang of stooges, including his wife Queen Chappelle, Sir William Regal, and Sir Finley. This character shift wasn't just for show, it was a calculated move that elevated Booker to new heights. King Booker's reign was a thing of beauty, often breaking character and going back to his more familiar Booker T persona when he was under pressure. This blend of comedy and intensity made his character one of the most memorable in recent WWE history. His storyline continued with a feud against Bobby Lashley, who held the United States Championship. Despite several matches and a variety of outcomes, it was his win over Rey Mysterio at the Great American Bash that made his run unforgettable, winning the World Heavyweight Championship. This win was massive, not only because he became a top-tier performer, but also because it emphasizes the drawing power of the King of the Ring. Before this, he was stuck in a mid-card feud with the Boogeyman, and then he becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. Not many people can make a King gimmick work, but this guy was different gravy. His championship reign had so many memorable rivalries, including a feud with Batista, which turned into a shoot after they got into a backstage brawl, leaving them a bloody mess. Booker was praised for holding his own. Batista thought he was the bigger star and paid the price for being a complete arsehole. His time as
King Booker sucker!
solidified his legacy as one of the most versatile and entertaining wrestlers, making his reign as king one of the most impactful in the King of the Ring's history. This period not only gave him a breath of fresh air, it left a dent on the WWE landscape, proving that the King of the Ring tournament is worth its weight in gold. Going a couple years back, in 2000, Kurt Angle was crowned the King of the Ring, beating Rikishi in the final. The guy was an animal, landing a top rope belly-to-belly suplex on Rikishi. His win was the beginning of a massive push for Angle, putting him in the main event picture. He found himself winning his first WWF Championship at No Mercy by outsmarting The Rock with the 3 eyes: intensity, integrity, and intelligence. His King of the Ring win not only helped him in the short term, but set the stage for his career. In the biggest King of the Ring tournament featuring 32 competitors lasting 5 rounds, Angle's win was a massive achievement. He'd only been in the business for 11 months, highlighting his instant impact in the company. His win at the tournament saw him transition from a European and Intercontinental Champion to WWF Champion, eventually leading to multiple world title wins and a Hall of Fame induction in 2017. Kurt Angle's King of the Ring win was the defining moment that shaped the future of his career, allowing him to be involved in big storylines, including a love triangle with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, and matches with The Undertaker. His ability to stand out in one of the most competitive rosters in the history of the company and win the WWF title shortly after being crowned King of the Ring shows why he's earned his spot in the Hall of Fame. Up next, we have the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart, who stands out as the only one to win 2 King of the Ring tournaments. Being crowned in 1991 and 1993, his first win was huge, as it showed why he was a standout performer and put the wheels in motion for him to grab the WWF title. The tournament was on hiatus for 2 years, but returned in pay-per-view format in 1993, with Bret being crowned winner. This was a huge win that changed the direction of the business. It ushered in an era that favored technical skill over sheer size, a shift that showcased wrestlers like Bret and Shawn Michaels. This shift was influenced by his matches leading to his 1993 win against Razor Ramon, Mr. Perfect, and Bam Bam Bigelow. Each match was different, showing his in-ring ability. Putting on 3 top-tier matches in one night, he managed to put over the tournament and keep eyes on the product. Bret being crowned a 2-time King of the Ring tournament winner had a lasting impact, influencing a generation of wrestlers and putting everyone on notice. His wins helped transition the industry towards a style that emphasized wrestling ability, setting the stage for the rise of smaller, more technically skilled performers. This saw him have an unbelievable career, with 5 WWF titles under his belt, until eventually leaving the company at the peak of his popularity after the Montreal Screwjob. Up next, we've got
the Macho King Randy Savage,
who won the King of the Ring back in 1987. But unlike anyone on this list, his transformation into the Macho King happened 2 years later after beating Jim Duggan and adopting the King gimmick, which was used by Harley Race. Wearing a crown and making grand entrances on a throne, Savage fully embraced his Macho King persona, pushing him to new heights. His reign saw him square off against Hulk Hogan for the
Like, I'm not even mad at Booker T, honestly. Like I said, I have a love-hate. It's just, you're supposed to be over the top. That's a big title. So, like, I love it. I love it. Like, be over the top. You are the king of the ring, okay? Be flashy. Embody this shit. Make a character of it. I love that.
WWF World Heavyweight Championship and Dusty Rhodes at WrestleMania 6 and SummerSlam. The final moment of his career saw him take on the Ultimate Warrior after he denied Savage a title shot at the 1991 Royal Rumble. Taking revenge, Savage interfered in Warrior's match, wielding a scepter in a move that cost Warrior the match. This set the stage for WrestleMania 7, where Savage's loss brought an end to his career. This rounded off his reign as Macho King, but Savage's run had a massive impact, branding him as one of the tournament's most unforgettable winners. Finally, we'll take a look at one of the most dominant King of the Rings, Brock Lesnar. He won the 2002 King of the Ring. One of the biggest prospects at the time earned the title of the next big thing. During the tournament, he bulldozed his way through Bubba Ray Dudley, Booker T, Test, and Rob Van Dam. He was scheduled to face Stone Cold, but controversially, the quarterfinal was changed after Austin walked out of the company over creative differences. This put the spotlight on Lesnar. After winning the whole damn thing, he got a golden ticket, a shot at the WWE Undisputed Champion at SummerSlam, The Rock. This match was huge. Not only was it a massive moment in his 5-month-old career, but it also showed he meant business, dominating the Great One to become the youngest WWE champion at age 25, and was behind Ric Flair in how fast he won the title after his debut. His King of the Ring win laid the groundwork for his mark on the business, setting up feuds with The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, and Kurt Angle. He successfully defended the title against The Undertaker. One of the locker room leaders put him over to solidify his status as a main event player. Lesnar's journey in 2002 was a masterclass in how to establish a superstar. The King of the Ring not only earned him the undisputed title, it gave him the opportunity to put the locker room on notice with his unstoppable potential, once again emphasizing the tournament's ability to elevate a star massively. One of the most important aspects about the 2002 King of the Ring was the added incentive of getting an undisputed title shot. This is something I think the WWE made a massive mistake on in the upcoming tournament, because it adds an extra layer of intrigue to the tournament. There have been so many hit and miss wins, and giving the superstars that added incentive would bring credibility to the tournament, and it gives the WWE the perfect opportunity to push a star like Gunther right to the top, just like it did to Brock Lesnar. This was my list of my personal favorite King of the Ring winners. If there's a name missing, then make sure you let me know. Also, I'd love to hear who your pick is to win the 2024 King of the Ring, so keep the conversation going in the comments. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, King Booker is definitely my favorite. I feel like at the time, because I didn't know what that was, he definitely put me on like what that is, and I love that he embodied it and he made a character out of it, and it's just so memorable for me, because that whole era was like, oh my god. When I was a kid watching, it was like, oh my god, dude, like gold. But I loved it at the same time. But that's gonna do it for this reaction. Make sure to leave some likes and comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all in the next one. Toodles.